Hello everybody. So my name is Vanessa Todd if you don't know who I am, and my channel is called For Those That Are Struggling. And I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys today, and I have a few things that I want to say that has just really resonated in my spirit, and I just wanted to explain a little bit deeper into things as far as like what I'm going through and like why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. So, I have explained that I'm, getting divorced and all that. If you don't know who I am, just go back to my other videos and it's all, I've got it all lined out for you. So, I know people are like, this is my second divorce, so it's not like this isn't new to me. But what is new is just the change, first of all, taking this step forward and leaving captivity from when I was saved, and then brought into captivity to actually walking out in the next level of from where I had been. And it's kind of hard to explain. This is going to be the first time that I'm really going to be living like walking this out, living my life for God, like to the extent of freely trusting and loving with all I have and not having those resources behind me when, before I was in a pit. I had made all these wrong decisions. I wasn't able to make it on my own. I had so many problems and so many things that I allowed in my life that I wasn't able to make it on my own. And I just wasn't a good person when I was making all these bad choices, before I was saved. And I was in such a pit that I had nothing and I had nobody, and I was an alcoholic. And, I was jumping from state to state, and from boyfriend to boyfriend, and, not every day. I mean, I really did try and put my heart into the relationships that I had in the past, whether I was saved or not. That was still my heart. I still always genuinely wanted to be loved and to love and to make the right choices and all that. I just wasn't capable of doing that on my own. And that's what God brought me to Him, and He has changed me and showed me. And so, it's scary. Like, I don't want to fall again. I don't want to be in that pit. I don't want to lose my kids and, not be able to support them and take care of them and love them and show them like the goodness of God. But now I know through this process that I'm just such at a peace with this, because I know that it's God. And it's, like I said, it's scary. This is new. I've never lived this. I've never walked this. And my mindset is changed. I'm not at that depressed lower level of thinking, just having unworthiness or living on the surface, or even having, I was living in depth. And that's what has brought me to the foundation of Christ. And, dying to my flesh every day. But my mindset was still, even though I was saved, my mindset was still stuck in captivity. And, thinking that my mind was in bondage. And, didn't have those uplifting people around me, giving me the good word. And if I did run into it, like online or something, it wasn't penetrating right. And I think it's all in God's timing. As long as you're living for Him, it's all in His timing. And, though I lost my driver's license in 2016, December 2016, and, I was eligible for my license in 2018, and I've just been sitting here in captivity and bondage. And in all honesty, yes, I could have had my license in 2018, but I do believe it was still God that has kept me here and has used this extra time to transform me and mold me, because in all honesty, I wasn't ready to move forward in 2018. yeah, it would have been awesome to have my driver's license, you know, a long time ago and have been living life. But I do believe that this is all for a reason. I don't think that I would have been ready to be able to walk this out and be who I am today if I hadn't had that extra time. And so my point of this is that just trust the process, trust the timing. You know, I do want things to go a lot faster. I wish that I wasn't going through this stretch of like anticipation of like what's going to happen and what is the outcome going to be. And but I do have a peace over me that I know this is God, and I know that I I feel in line with Christ. I feel so in line with Christ more than I've ever felt in my life. Like I know what I'm doing is right, what I'm saying is right. Just my mindset has changed, and I just have a complete peace over me, even though, you know, I don't know step by step of what's going to happen and what's going to be next. But I do know that God's word says he works all things out for good for those that believe, for those that are chosen. And I do know that his word also says that he started a good work in us, and he's going to finish it. And he's going to continue that good work until the day that he comes. Till he comes into the sky and comes and gets us. So that's his word for us. And that's his, and he has a promise for us. And he doesn't break his promises. He doesn't break his word. And if he did, we wouldn't be able to trust him, right? If he did, what would be the difference between God and the devil? You know? And so he has a promise for us, and he's going to fulfill it. And so I know that I love him. I've always wondered, you know, because the word says, you know, that you have to love him more than your parents, more than your kids. And I've always been like, wow, how could I love God more than my kids? Because my kids have penetrate my heart so deeply that, you know, I'd give my life for my kids. I love my kids. I want everything. I want my kids to be blessed. I want them to have immense love down to their bones, right? And that's how much I love them. And I've always wondered, like, how could I love God like that? And it was always scary. Like, am I going to make it to heaven? Because I know that I love my kids that much. And now I understand the love that God's saying, because when you're surrendering your life and you know that you can trust him, and he's told you who you are and what he's given you and what he's done for you, it's actually, it makes it easy, because you know that you can trust him. You can trust him with your kids. And when you're in line with him, and you know the power that you have, and you know who loves you, and you know who your father is, and you're chosen and you're his kid, then you know that you can believe in him. And you can, and he says, I restore all things that have been lost and stolen from you. And even though it's, you know, there's people that I'm walking away from because they're not in line with the word. They're not in line. We're all at different levels of our life. So there's people coming up behind me that I just left, that are, you know, in the captivity state. They're in the isolation, whether physically or emotionally in their mindset. They are in captivity, and they are under religion, and their mind is not set free from just the bondage of this world of what we put in. Yes, I was saved. Yes, I've been saved, but my mind was still in captivity, and I have leveled up. God has opened my mind to who we really are. And it is amazing. There's no fear in that. Yes, we're supposed to have fear and reverence to God and fear of respect for God, because he is so amazing. He is our creator. He is the most powerful, but he loves us. And so there is a fear in that, and we want to make him happy, and he is like our number one. God is number one. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. He says, I am, and he is. And that power is within you. And he is using us as his vessel. And so it's just so amazing. And so I just want to say, like, I just feel so at peace. Like, I was told that neither one of us needed to have a lawyer. That, you know, we agreed not to have lawyers or attorneys in this divorce. We agreed that we're agreeing on, as far as I'm aware, like, him having visitation, and I will have, you know, our son. And, you know, we were mutually agreeing on most everything, but he just doesn't feel like I basically am entitled to any financial assets. And I'm not really, going to be asking for a lot. I'm asking for what the law says that I believe that I'm entitled to, and that would be, child support, alimony, and half the 401k, which is probably about $10,000, I'm guessing. And, because we've been together while that's been accumulating, and that was supposed to be supposedly for our retirement. And, I've already been told that I'm not going to be able to make it on my own, and I don't have anything, and I don't have anybody, and I don't have any financial backing. I don't have a home. I don't have, a job that will be able to support me and my 2 kids. And like, I'm just going to fall on my face and not be able to make it if I leave. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to be able to make it. I need help. And if the law says I'm entitled, if the judge says I'm entitled, then I'm going to go ahead and see what the judge says, because I really do need that help. It's not like I'm trying to be mean or anything like that, but I really need the help. And he said that he's got a lawyer to make sure that, he's like, you're not entitled to anything. You came with nothing and you're going to leave with nothing. That's what he thinks. And that's, you know what? It doesn't surprise me. That's who he is. That's who he's always been. And I am hurt by it, but I've been hurt so much, like, through this process. But even if the judge rules that I get nothing and I'm entitled to nothing, I'm still going to trust God that he has me. He had, I just have such a peace that he's got me. And, it's not that I'm after what he has in his money. It's not that. It's just, I just really need help. If I don't care where it comes from, I'd rather not have to ask him for anything, in all honesty. But if that's my only resource, is to be able to get on my feet, and that's what I need to do, then that's what I'm going to have to do. And I'm going to have to at least try and make my steps to be able to stay on my feet, right? And in it, I'm trusting God, and I believe this is God, and I am at peace with it in my heart and my soul. I am so at peace. I feel like I'm in line with Christ, and I feel like he's going to direct me and guide me. He's going to put the right people in front of me. And it's scary because I've never been in this position. I have fallen. God has brought me out, and I just don't want to fall to that level again. And so anyway, and we're all at different levels. That's what I'm saying. So there's people ahead of me, and they're like congratulating me, for like, now it's my turn. Like, I was able to fight through that mindset, and, was fighting for God. And it wasn't just me, but it was God, bringing me to where I'm at, that, just being set free of the bondage of this world and the bondage of people and the bondage of religion, and realizing who we are and the power that we have within us, and making God number one. And it's truly amazing that we really do have somebody that we can love that much, and somebody that loves us that much, as long as we're surrendering and humbling ourselves, and loving each other and trying to help each other, trying to wake people up to the reality of who we are and what the world is, and what can really bring you love, joy, and happiness. And you don't have to be in any kind of bondage or relationship or marriage or whatever it is that you're not, that's not, of God, that you're set free of that. And so I think that I think that was basically all. I had wrote some stuff down, but I've already said it all. So, anyway, so off the subject of all of this, because that's basically what I needed to say today. I hope this helps somebody, just me talking and what's on my mind. And, but I've been listening to a new, music artist, and I'd never heard him before. He is awesome, and his name is Ryan Ellis. And I think that he started coming out with some music possibly 3 years ago, but I know that there has been some released within the past year. Maybe it's more popular. I'm not really for sure, but it's new to me. and his name's Ryan Ellis, and he has a song that's called Heaven. You need to check it out. It's so awesome. That's how I feel. Like I'm half in heaven, I'm half in the spiritual realm, and I'm half here in the physical realm. And it's just, and my heart and my soul is for Christ, and I love Christ, and I'm just here like ready to be directed and called. Like, where do I need to go? What do you want me to do? You know, there's, like I said, there is something that he's put in my spirit to do, like behind the scenes, that I haven't talked about. And he's really helped direct me in that area. But I'm like, I just want it to be all you. I want it to be all you, and not just, I don't want to mess it up. And so I'm just praying on it, and just, I'm still working on it, and I just want it to be all him and be led by him in all my ways. And so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I will talk to you guys later. If I have anything else to say, I will be back. But you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. Stay out of trouble. And don't give up. Keep pushing towards God. Listen to him. Worship. Do what you got to do. Just keep trying. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. God bless.